All right, as you can see, we now have our Meow Meow with nice lines and curves and things that look right for Meow Meow. So now I want to color her. Now, what you need to do is go to the layer below. So this is the layer that has Meow Meow. See? She's gone if I do that. This was the tracing layer. Now I'm going to add a few more layers. I have to think of different layers of the phone, her fur color, her nose, all of this stuff. So I'm just going to add a few. Seems like a good amount. Okay. Maybe one more. Why not? So what I'm also going to do, well, I'll leave it like this for now. There's a method to the madness. Okay, so now I don't know her to select her colors. There is a way, like you could look at colors you've used before. I think her colors are in here somewhere, but I really don't know. And I can't guess on here. But what I can do is go back to a previous Meow Meow drawing with all her colors right here. Yay. She was celebrating my wife's birthday. And so I am going to use this. So the tool to use this is a dropper. You can select it. And you tap anywhere you want. And it'll select that color for you. The other way is to do Alt. And it'll automatically pick that tool for you. And then tap on the area you want. So let's go back to our Meow Meow selfie. So what do you think would be the foremost layer we need to add? The top layer, which would be this one. Because then everything else would be the layer underneath. Well, what's the foremost layer? Right here, her hand. So what I use is the good old fill tool. You got to use refer other layers. It's very important. That's what I use to make my Meow Meow. So there you go. So that's the foremost layer, but I will also do her face on that layer. And as you can see, it doesn't fill in everything sometimes, but you can just get closer and fill in stuff as you please. Nice. What I can, let's see. No, I will leave that. I'll do this arm too. And her little finger. I am also, this time I'm going to go down here because it's very easy to select black. I'm just going to select her eyes. I'm not going to color this ear on this layer. That's for later. All right, one layer. Actually, one thing I always like to do is I also like to do the heart on the first layer. So let's do that. All right, moving on to the next layer. So I'm going to still keep her fur. I'm going to do the other ear now. Let's see if I can fill it all in. Yeah. Don't worry about that. And all right, well, the next layer logically will be the phone. Well, I'm not going to make the phone a completely black phone. It's going to look weird. If I do a gray, it might look a little better. So there you have it. One layer. I'm not going to do that one. You'll see why, because I don't want to. I want them to be separate. That might even be a little darker. And what did I do? Okay, so now I also do the yellow in Meow Meow's little emblem there. Okay. And let's see. I think I'll also do the white now. This is tricky. See, I've selected the paper layer right here. If I deselect it, you'll see it without a white background. And that's the only way of knowing for sure that I'm actually doing the whites of her eyes. Because if it's paper, you can't tell. Once you do that, you can. I think that's it for layer 3. Let's move on to this one. I will do this one here. Sometimes these are like a silvery color. Just make it a gray. Well, technically, Yeah, I'll make these a layer below. So right now I'm just going to do that. I am now also going to do this side. So I'm going to select the same color I did for the foam, but now I'm going to make it just a shade darker. See that? Ah, very nice. I like this. All right, let's go white again and look at Meow Meow. So what else should I do on this layer? I think I'll do her nose, which means I got to go here. Whee! She's a very happy cat. And then add the pink there, and I'll do her ears. Why not? See, if you ever question your layers, you can only do that and see, well, do I need to add anything else? I think I'll do her arm there. Okay. Moving right along, we're off to another layer. Now this layer, I'll add the rest of that arm because it's like for shortening, as they say. I will do her neck fur. And now I will do this. Sometimes these things are like, what, a bluish? I think that'll work. So these are usually the same colors, I guess. It's weird. I have never drawn a smartphone before. First time. And you always remember your first time. What else for this layer? I think you just got to be careful because, see, there's a method to the madness here that if I put something like the cape on the same layer, when I'm shading later, it's going to bleed into that, and I don't want that. So, as limited as it may seem, I think I am done with this layer. Moving right along, the next logical layer is her cape. One in there, do this one. There. And, you know, that's it. I can't do any more on this layer. All right. What I can do on the next layer, I'm actually going to do her hair. Boop. We'll add all the lines and other shading later. That's about it for this layer. All right, next up, I always like to do the orange before I do the yellow. So a little orange there and her stripes. Bang, done. Not much else you can do. All right, next will be the yellow in her costume. If there's another easier method to do this, please let me know. There probably is, but I just haven't gotten that far. But anyway, the final layer will be the inside of her cape, which I really don't need to go back farther because all I have to do is select this color, go back here, and just bring it down into a darker, let me see what happened, darker shade. See, this is how you can control your, I'll go a little darker because that'll be the inside of her cape. Bang. A little darker. Nice. Cool. So there you have it. Of course, save. Now, what I do like to do is I'll make this all one color so I know what's what. Probably get rid of that one. There's nothing on that layer, right? Nope. Just leave it there. But now I want to shade. So what I'm going to do is add another layer above every layer. I think I did one for there. There we go. And while you're doing this, man, it'll make sense once I start shading. And the reason I do the purples is because now I know which are the layers with the colors and the layers that I'm going to shade on. Okay. So what you do now is you select this thingy. Clip to layer below, and you'll see this little salmon colored line. Maybe we'll call it salmon, as it's very tasty. That means it is linked to the layer below. What's the beauty of this is now I'm going to start shading. So let me see, what do we have here? Okay. I'm going to take a little bit of Meow Meow's fur, and I'm going to bring it down just a little bit for shading. I go to my trusty little spray paint. Airbrush, I should say. I'm sorry. My airbrush tool, and I'm going to keep it on soft. Now, just for fun, I am going to make this a little bigger. I'm going to zoom in so you can see what it does. The beauty of the clipped layer below thing is you are just going to be working on that one layer. I can go up into the orange and none of the shading goes into that, or the purple. Look at that. Ain't that cool? Yep. It won't go out and it won't bleed into any other layers. You let it know what layer you want it to be in and it will stay in that layer. I sometimes add a little shade to the edge of Meow Meow. I really don't put a lot of shading on her face. I don't think I need it. Maybe on these fingers I'll shrink it down and just add a little knuckle shading. Bring that down. Maybe even a little bit down here. See, like the light is coming there, and just of course shadow where the phone is. Ding. Oh, that wasn't me. That was my cat sneezing. And then you could always do that to say what other things are on this layer. Alright, so I've done that layer. There's really not much more to do. Let's move on to the next one. So the next one has the phone and her ear. Like if I really wanted to do, I gotta make sure, clip to the layer below. I should just do this on all of them. Because if you don't, do you want to see what happens? I'm sure you do. Okay, let's just say we wanted to do that here. So I start shading. Look what's happening. Yeah, it's on the layer below, but it's bleeding out. We do not want that. So that's why you do that, to avoid that. All right, clip into the layer below the last one. All right, so we did that one. Now we move on to this one. So this was the phone. Her ear. Well, let me see. Maybe I'll add a little shade to here. Just something subtle. It's in the background. Why not? The light's hitting from that way. So now we're going to add a little shade to her phone. Get a little blacker here. Maybe a little lighter. Ah, see? Like a little shadow right under there. Isn't that cool, man? You give it a little bit of depth or something. Now, there's another great tool in here. It's called the blending tool. If you so desire, you can start blending. Like soften those lines. The lines are too harsh. You just kind of want to spread them in. You can do that. See, it's starting to blend a little bit. Give you a little effect. Blending is a very interesting tool to play with because it can be a little tricky. Like sometimes you start eliminating stuff. It's like if you go one way, if you go one way or the other, you're going to be dragging the darker, like this. You see, you're dragging more of the dark stuff over. But if you go the opposite way, you're bringing more of the color underneath over. It's a fun tool. What else is on this layer? Phone. I think. Do anything else? That's pretty much it. All right, moving right along. So now we got that. Let's try this again. That looks pretty cool. Maybe. Let me try something else. A little better. There you go. Yeah, I've sometimes added, maybe I'll do that for this one. Sometimes added even a little shading inside her ears. Just a little. Just a little effect. And a little something. Yeah, you could always plus it. All right, done with that label. Saving. Now we're going on to the one. Okay, this has very little lines, but I do want to do something with this. So back to the airbrush. darker hint. Now I'm going to shrink this down. So, yeah, give it kind of a little, it gives it a little more depth. Not too bad. I might blend this a little. Holy squawkamole. Now look what I did. What did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I'll tell you exactly what I did wrong. I'm deleting. I am not on that clip to layer below. What's wrong with me? Back to the airbrush. There you go. Much better. There we go. Much better, Papa. What else is on this layer? Just a little bit of Meow Meow's forearm. We'll go back to, always go to the regular shade. You can always make these darker. So then I'll do a little there, and on her neck a little bit darker. See? Shadow, baby. Alright, what do we got on this layer? The cape. Now what I like to do with Meow Meow, I like to add a little bit of lines in here. So I go back to my trusty pen. And I'm going to go dark a little bit. I'm going to go make some cape ruffles. Yeah. Just a little bit on each side. Adds a little something something. But I also like to airbrush because like right under the neck, we'll have shade there. A little shade under there. It's nice. It gives it a little dimension. Of course, we have some here. And of course, we're going to definitely have some here because that's covering up some stuff. Very nice. I like you. Keep going. Next layer is her hair. So what I will do is add the shading here. I make this one very dark. Maybe not that dark. And then I make this a lot smaller because I want to create some nice dark waves in her here. I probably go a little bigger. What I do is I put the blending tool through this. I'll do the blending tool. And then make that fine, very fine points. That kind of crazy. See? Kind of creates these interesting little almost highlights. It gives it a very blurry feel. It's just like it. Messy, maybe, but it's good messy for Meow Meow. Now here's where I actually draw the lines. So I'll go back to my trusty thing here. And start drawing them. The beauty is, if I go anywhere else, I'm not going to go into the... Well, that looks a little scraggly. See, how's it look? Pretty good. All right, that's it for that line. And now the next layer is, I guess, my orange. Go down a little bit. Some nice airbrushing. It's good to have a bigger one because then you can cut. Oh, you can kind of just go in there and it gives you like a little more control. Too much. Yeah, maybe a little bit there. Not much to do with the orange. And now the yeller. It's right, I said yeller. You can even like, if you have this line going here, you can even make it go up a little. Definitely have some stuff here from her. there, maybe a little bit here. And that's about it, I think. What was the last one? Oh, the dark purple. So the dark purple will be the last layer. I'll make that and get even darker. And maybe I'll just kind of pull it because capes tend to have some, like, you know, some extra lines going through them. Gives you a little more of a cape feel. Yes, look at that. She's so cute. And what am I missing on Meow Meow? That's right, those whiskers. So now we can add them. I think I need to reverse. It seems to be easier to make whiskers this way. Maybe. We're about to find out. Oh, yeah, that would help if I was on the right layer. All right, here we go. Ooh, too high. Like I said, when you draw... Oof. And remember, if you don't like it, you can always change it. Yeah, I think one whisker here can come. It could be a little reversed and brought down. There you go. And this one, same thing. There we go. What do you think? Well, that's it for that layer. If I wanted to add another layer, which I might want to, that one layer I wasn't using, it's all the way in the background. Let's just say for fun, I like adding, oh, we could add a little, let's see, what would be a little bit of a, this airbrush. See, it's not going to touch her because it's the layer below. Layers are the key. Ooh, look at that. One got through here. I missed an area, huh? But it's okay. I can fix it. And, you know, even this isn't, like, completely necessary. I could add more stuff on that layer. Let's just give you a little red. I could do this, like, there's a little more fun. This one was Christmassy looking, right? Right? Ooh, yeah. She's very artsy. I mean, I could make that a layer above it, but why not? Just something fun. Yeah, that's irking me. That's her eyes? Okay, that layer has her eyes. I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, see? We missed a spot, so just get that again and fill it in. There we go. All right, back in there, paper, and there you go. What a good Meow Meow. She's doing her first selfie ever. You look like a star, Meow Meow. You're a superstar. No. You know, you're not limited to certain things. I do like some of these effects here. Like, what's that one? A little starlight thing. Change the size of these. Hey, there it goes. That's a little sparkle. Like I said, Meow Meow's a star. That's cute. And save. Well, there you have it. My little way of drawing Meow Meow here. Just a little tutorial on how to draw this fabulous cat. And there you have it. If you like what you see, please subscribe and like. Appreciate it. And of course, you can always check out the book. Available on several websites. But look, click on the link below. It'll take you to my site, poppyspublishing.com. And it's the section under the good stuff. And then you'll see how you can order the book. And of course, be on the lookout for book number 2 this holiday season. Meow Meow and the Great Horse Rescue. Hey, if you want to see more art videos, let me know. I'll draw any other characters you like, I'll probably make some more. All right, until then, have a happy meow meow day. Bye.